The county hospital's condemned pediatric wing sat dark against the winter sky. Dorothy Mills clocked in for her first graveyard shift at 11, pushing her mop bucket into the sealed corridor.
Nobody's been in these rooms for 30 years. Just me, the dust, and whatever the HVAC system throws at me.
At 1:30 a.m., a sound sliced through the silence. A child's laugh, light and distant, from the end of the hall.
It's the heater kicking on. Old pipes just sound like that when they expand.
She kept mopping. The laugh didn't return that night, and by morning she had almost convinced herself it was nothing. The second night, the laugh came again, louder now, unmistakably a giggle that echoed right at 1:30.
All right. That's not a pipe. Who's in here?
She pushed open the door to the old patient room. Empty. Just a stripped bed frame and dust-coated monitors. On the third night, the laugh returned at 1:30 sharp, and this time it was followed by a whisper, a voice so faint she couldn't make out words.
There's something in here with me. It knows I am here.
On the fourth night, Dorothy arrived with a knot in her stomach. The wing felt heavier, the silence thicker than before.
I am not imagining this. That whisper had words.
At 1:30, the laugh came again, but this time it was closer, from the room at the end of the hall. The door stood shut.
You are in there, aren't you? Show yourself.
She pushed the door open and flicked on her flashlight. There, on the wall beside the empty bed, a piece of paper was taped low, as if by a child. It was a crayon drawing of the hospital, waxy lines and crude windows. One window was circled in red, directly matching this very room.
That's my window. The one I am standing outside right now.
She peeled the tape off and held the drawing with shaking hands. It hadn't been there when she'd cleaned this room days ago.
No child has been in this wing for 30 years. So who drew this?
She folded the picture and slipped it into her pocket. She would not leave it here. Whatever was happening, she needed proof. At dawn, Dorothy walked into the night supervisor's cramped office. Marcus Webb sat behind a cluttered desk, his face weary.
Marcus, I need to show you something. I found it in the pediatric wing.
She unfolded the crayon drawing and placed it on his desk. Marcus stared, the color draining from his face.
Where did you get that? You took it down? No, you have to put it back, right now.
His hands shook as he pushed the drawing back toward her, as if the paper itself carried something cursed.
What is this, Marcus? Who's leaving these? Tell me what's going on in that wing.
That wing's been active since we closed the pediatric ward in '94. Every cleaner finds a new drawing. Just put it back. It's safer.
He refused to say more, his voice cracking as he repeated the order. Put it back. Don't ever touch them again. Dorothy walked back to the deserted wing. She pressed the drawing back onto the wall with fresh tape, exactly where she had found it.
He knows way more than he's telling me. And whatever it is, he's terrified of it.
Dorothy's next shift began under a heavy silence. She stepped into the wing at 11, her nerves already drawn tight.
It's like the air itself is pressing in, like something's waiting for me to make a mistake.
A soft, metallic squeak echoed from somewhere deeper in the wing. Dorothy stopped, listening, but it didn't repeat.
That sounded like a gurney. But there hasn't been a patient here in decades.
She forced herself to continue. But when she passed the room with the drawing, she saw something new taped beside it. The second drawing showed the same hospital window, but now there were two figures inside, one small, one in a blue custodian uniform.
That uniform, it's mine. It's me in the window with that child. Number. This can't be real. How could it know what I wear?
She stood frozen, her own image staring back at her from the childish lines. The rules had changed. She wasn't just an observer anymore.
It's marked me. Whatever this thing is, it wants me to know I am part of its game.
Dorothy didn't wait for dawn. She pulled the new drawing from the wall, rushed through the dark hospital corridors, and burst into Marcus's office.
No more games, Marcus. Look at this. That's me in the picture. Tell me what's going on.
Her name was Sarah. She was a patient, and she died in a fire in that wing back in '94. I am sorry.
A fire? Then why is she still here? And what does she want with me?
I don't know what she wants, but every cleaner who's found a drawing either quit immediately or worse. Don't be one of them.
Worse how? What happened to the ones who didn't quit?
They just disappeared. Files vanished. It's like she collects them. Please, for your own sake, leave the drawings alone.
He released her and slumped against his desk. The conversation was over. He would give her nothing more.
Sarah, 1994. I need to find out what really happened. There must be records.
She walked back to the wing to finish her shift, but her mind was already on old newspaper articles and buried secrets. After her shift, Dorothy didn't go home. She took the service stairs down to the basement records room, flashlight in hand.
There's got to be a newspaper archive somewhere down here. Hospitals keep everything.
She found a bound volume labeled 1994 and flipped through the brittle pages until she landed on the front page story. Fire at County Hospital, pediatric wing kills 8 children. The article listed the victims, among them Sarah Webb, age 7.
Webb. Marcus's last name. She wasn't just a patient. She was his little girl.
The report stated the fire started in room 317. The room with the circled window, caused by a child playing with matches.
That's what the drawing meant. She was showing me exactly where she died.
Dorothy's hands trembled as she closed the volume. 8 children had died, but only Sarah's presence was felt.
Why only her? What about the other children? Are they trapped here too?
Dorothy climbed the stairs from the basement, the newspaper clipping still in her hand. She found Marcus at his desk, his face buried in his hands.
I know about 1994, Marcus. 8 kids died, and your daughter, Sarah Webb, was one of them. You've been covering this up.
He slumped back, then reached into a drawer and produced a small framed photo. A girl in a hospital gown, beaming.
She was my whole world. I found her in the smoke after the fire. I couldn't save her. I still hear her sometimes.
He confessed he'd taken the night supervisor job to stay near her spirit, believing the drawings were just a sad trick of an echo.
But this new drawing with you in it, she's never pulled someone else into her world before. It's a warning.
His eyes were wet. He was no longer a supervisor, just a father with a guilty secret that was now spiraling out of control.
Promise me you won't talk to her. If she gets in your head, you'll end up like the others, part of her collection.
He's not protecting the hospital. He's scared I'll become another permanent resident in his daughter's ghostly wing.
She walked out into the hallway, the newspaper article and the drawing both burning her skin. The wing was dark, and it was patient. The next night, Dorothy arrived early. She couldn't stop thinking about the drawings, about the little girl trapped in that cold room.
If I leave a note, maybe she'll tell me what she needs. It's just a kid who doesn't want to be alone.
She knelt outside room 317 and placed the note. "Who are you? What do you want?" with a single red crayon on the floor. She mopped the rest of the wing, counting minutes. When she returned, the note was gone. A new drawing was taped to the door. It was a face. A child's face with a big smile that had been crossed out, replaced by a trembling frown. Blue scribbles fell like tears.
She's not angry. She's just crying. She's been alone for so long.
Then the hallway temperature plummeted. Her breath came in white puffs. From the other side of the door, a whisper, small and broken.
Stay with me.
I can't. I can't stay. I'm sorry.
She turned and fled, her footsteps echoing in the empty wing. But the whisper didn't stop. It followed her, a child's voice tangled in the chill. The following night, Dorothy paused at the wing's entrance, her hand gripping the mop handle until her knuckles whitened. The air was heavy with a smoky sweetness. On the door of room 317 hung a new crayon drawing, unbidden, a rectangular coffin drawn beside a bed with metal rails.
That's how she died, trapped in that bed while the fire consumed the room. She's showing me her death.
As she stared, the waxy lines squirmed. The stick figure in a blue uniform, herself, was now stretched inside the coffin.
Number, you can't claim me like that. I am not another one of your drawings.
A cascade of child's laughter erupted, bouncing off the walls. Doors slammed shut in rapid succession, the echoes like thunder. A shadow peeled from the wall and sprinted across the hallway, the unmistakable shape of a small child in a gown.
She's not lost. She's the warden of this mausoleum, and I am just a new piece for her gallery.
Dorothy bolted for the twin doors at the wing's mouth, but the push bar was immovable. As if held by a dozen hands, laughter crescendoed. In the strobing light, a pale, hollow-eyed face bloomed inches from her own, cutting off her scream. Dorothy stumbled backward, the ghostly face vanishing into the flicker. She lunged for the intercom box mounted on the wall near the nurse's station, her hand shaking as she pressed the button.
Marcus, the doors won't open. She's everywhere. Get me out of here.
Dorothy, listen to me. The main doors sometimes jam. Go to the end of the hall. There's a fire exit. It shouldn't be locked.
She didn't wait. Dorothy pushed off the wall and sprinted down the corridor, the wheelchair a blur as she passed. Over her shoulder, she heard doors opening and slamming in a rapid chase. Barefoot, pattering echoed behind her, too fast for an adult. But when she glanced back, the hall was empty, only the wheelchair rocking.
She's toying with me, like she's choosing which door to hide behind, which closet to stash me in.
At the far end, the fire exit door gleamed under a dim exit sign. Dorothy threw herself against the horizontal bar, and it gave way with a rusty screech. She tumbled into the concrete stairwell, the iron doors swinging shut behind her with a clang that reverberated up the shaft. The laughter cut off instantly. Silence, except for her ragged breathing and the distant hum of the hospital's machinery.
Marcus, you knew. All this time you knew she could do that, and you sent me in there.
The following night, Dorothy returned to the wing with a master key stolen from the janitor's closet. She walked straight to room 317.
I have to see her. Maybe if I understand what she wants, I can help her move on.
The door swung open. Moonlight streamed through the frosted window, illuminating a translucent figure sitting on the stripped mattress, drawing with a crayon. The crayon moved in silence, but the drawing bloomed on the fabric. A small house, a window, and inside, two stick figures holding hands.
Sarah, is that what you want? A home? And someone to stay with you?
You came back? I knew you'd come. They never come back after they run.
Her voice was an echo, as if it passed through a long tunnel. Dorothy felt the cold radiating from the small figure.
Who are they? The other cleaners. What happened to them, Sarah?
They promised to stay, but promises break, so I draw them. And then they have to stay forever.
The drawing isn't just a message. It's a contract. She's been collecting us, one by one. Sarah, how did the fire start? Why are you still here?
I was playing with the red crayon, but I found Daddy's matches. The bed ate the fire. The door was stuck.
She said it without a tear, as if recounting a game. The crayon in her hand was the same red she'd used to circle the window.
Then I was alone. No one came to play. So I started drawing. I draw and draw and draw, and sometimes people see.
30 years of this. She's not a monster. She's a child who never got to grow up. What about the others? The cleaners who didn't run. Where are they now?
The last one was Frank. He said he'd stay and play. He's still playing in the closet. Want to see?
For a moment, Dorothy saw a dark shape inside the cracked closet. Something slumped, unmoving. A faint smell of dust and old cloth.
I won't look. I believe you, but I can't be like Frank. I have to go.
You'll be back. They always come back. And then you'll stay, like Daddy does.
Sarah's smile vanished. The crayon in her hand snapped with a sound like breaking bone. The room's temperature plummeted.
You are just like the others. You say you'll stay, but you want to leave. They always want to leave.
Frost spread across the window pane, a crystalline web that blocked the moon. The only light came from the crayon itself, now glowing red.
If you leave, you'll be in my picture. And then you'll have to come back. I'll draw you over and over, until you stay forever.
You don't get to decide that. I am not a drawing. I am a person, and I won't be trapped here with you.
Look at the wall. You are already in my picture. See? Your eyes are hollow now, just like mine.
Dorothy saw it. The stick figure in blue, now empty-eyed, trapped inside a new drawing of the room itself, with no door.
She's already done it. I am part of her collection, whether I leave or not. The drawing is a leash. Then I'll break the picture. I'll burn every drawing in this place. You can't keep me.
Try, but you'll hear me. In your sleep, in your mirrors. You'll never stop hearing me. And you'll come back.
Dorothy bolted from the room, Sarah's laughter ringing in her ears as the hallway warped like a funhouse mirror.
This isn't the same corridor. It's changing, leading me deeper.
Every door she passed was plastered with the same crayon face, her own, hollow-eyed and screaming. A door materialized at the dead end, an exit she'd never seen. She pushed through into blinding light. She tumbled into the main lobby. Dawn light streamed through the high windows, warm and ordinary. The laughter was gone.
I made it out, but her voice is still in my head, scratching at the walls.
The morning felt like a lie. The world outside continued, unaware, but inside her, the drawings smoldered.
I can't work another shift. She'll reel me back in. I have to end this.
She stumbled toward the employee exit, the drawings a leash she could feel tightening with every step away.
I am not free. I am just on a longer string.
Dorothy pushed open the door to Marcus's office without knocking. He was slumped at his desk, a bottle of aspirin open beside him.
There was a cleaner named Frank. Sarah told me he's still in her room. You knew, didn't you?
Frank, God, that was 5 years ago. He was a temp. I told him to stay away from the drawings. He went in one night to talk to her. He never clocked out. I found his mop in the hallway, but no sign of him.
You covered it up? You let the hospital keep hiring cleaners, knowing they could disappear.
I didn't know she would. I thought she just wanted company. I couldn't stop her. I tried to protect the staff by telling them to leave the drawings alone.
That's not protection. You are as trapped as she is. But I am not staying to become another Frank. I am quitting, right now.
Dorothy, wait. Please, just finish the week. I need you to...
Number, I am done. I am not her next drawing.
She walked out of the office, leaving Marcus staring at the empty doorway. The sound of a distant child's laugh echoed in the air vent. Dorothy headed for the employee locker room to grab her purse and coat. The narrow corridor felt colder with every step. As she opened her locker, a child's humming drifted from the next row, the same tune that had chilled her in the wing. She peered around the corner and saw a small, translucent silhouette swaying in the dim light.
Don't leave me. I'll be so lonely.
A crayon drawing slid under the gap of the lockers, stopping at Dorothy's feet. A crude coffin with a stick figure inside.
I drew you a present, so you'll remember where you belong.
I don't want your present. I am not staying.
She turned and bolted, leaving her purse and coat behind. The sound of skipping footsteps chased her down the hall. When she reached the main corridor, the humming stopped. Only her ragged breath and the distant hum of machinery remained. She pushed through the exit door into the pre-dawn parking lot. her car the only beacon under the cold, gray sky. Dorothy didn't have her purse, but she still needed her last check. She turned back toward Marcus's office, her footsteps determined.
Marcus, I am not walking out of here without my pay. Write me the check. Now.
Marcus looked up, his face a mask of defeat. Without a word, he pulled a checkbook from his drawer and began to write.
Here. It's more than you are owed. I am sorry, Dorothy. She never lets anyone go.
He slid the envelope across the desk. His hand trembled as he let go.
Take it and leave town. Don't look back. Don't come back. She'll find you if you stay.
I won't stay. And I won't come back.
She turned on her heel, leaving Marcus slumped in his chair, the silence of the office pressing down. She strode down the corridor, the envelope her only possession, heading for the main exit and the cold dawn beyond. The weight of the envelope in her hand felt like a lead weight, a ticket out of a nightmare that might not let her go. Dorothy's sedan sat alone under the cracked lights of the parking lot. She fumbled with the key, her breath fogging in the sudden cold. She threw herself into the driver's seat and locked the doors. The car's interior was freezing, colder than the morning air outside.
Just get the engine started. Don't look in the mirror. Just drive.
As the engine rumbled to life, a chill crawled up her spine. A cold breath, faint as a whisper, touched the back of her neck. Her eyes darted to the rearview mirror. In the reflection, a small, translucent figure sat in the back seat, grinning with hollow eyes.
I'll see you soon. You are in my picture now.
Dorothy screamed and slammed the accelerator. The tires shrieked as the car lurched forward, racing toward the exit. The child's laughter filled the car, not from the back seat, but from everywhere, as if it were part of the engine's roar. In the rearview mirror, she saw the empty back seat, but a single crayon drawing now lay on the seat, a house with a circled window.
She's not just in the hospital. She's in the car. She's in me.
Dorothy pulled into a deserted gas station on the edge of town. She killed the engine, but her hands wouldn't stop shaking. She tore open the envelope from Marcus. Instead of a check, a folded crayon drawing fell onto her lap. It was the same window, the two figures, but now a third stood beside them, Marcus in his supervisor uniform, with hollow eyes. They all stayed.
Marcus. He's one of them. He's been trapped in her picture all along. That's why he never left.
The father, who stayed to tend his daughter's memory, had been claimed long ago, a ghost tethered to the wing as tightly as anyone she'd drawn.
The drawing isn't a message. It's a contract. Once you are in it, you are hers. And I'm already in it.
Every cleaner marked by a drawing remained hers. Escape was temporary. The picture always pulled them back. She glanced at the other drawing on the back seat, the house with the circled window. Her house, the place she thought was safe. The hospital sat on the horizon, its pull like a child's hand squeezing her heart, a promise that distance meant nothing to the picture. Dorothy couldn't leave without confronting Marcus. She drove back to the hospital, the sun now high but offering no warmth. His office door stood ajar. The light inside flickered, casting jittery shadows that danced on the walls.
Marcus, I know the truth now. I know you are in her picture too.
On his desk lay a fresh crayon drawing, a stick figure in a coffin with Daddy scrawled beside it. She backed toward the door, but the intercom on his desk crackled with static. A distant, hollow voice filled the room.
I am sorry, Dorothy. She won't let me go.
The office door slammed shut with a force that shook the walls. The lock clicked, and the lights died entirely. A child's laugh, soft and triumphant, echoed from the intercom, the air ducts, the very walls of the office. In the darkness, the drawing on the desks seemed to glow, and she knew Marcus was now a permanent resident. His last warning was a goodbye. She was alone, sealed in a dead man's office, while Sarah's laugh threaded through the dark, welcoming her to a gallery that only grew. The office door didn't resist when Dorothy threw her weight against it. It swung open as if unlatched by an unseen hand, and she didn't look back. She drove home in a daze, the empty roads a blur. The sun had set, and her house sat at the end of the lane, every window ablaze with light. Taped to her front door was a fresh crayon drawing, a simple house with a circled window, and inside, a stick figure in a blue custodian uniform.
She's already here. This isn't my home anymore. It's just another room in her gallery.
From deep within the house, a child's laugh trickled out, clear, delighted, and utterly certain she would come inside.
You made it home. I've been waiting.
Dorothy backed down the porch steps, her phone clutched in her hand, though she knew no call would change the fact that she was already in the picture.
As long as I am in the drawing, I'll never be free. The only way out is to never have been drawn.
She turned and walked away, leaving everything behind, but the laugh followed, a soft skipping that matched her every step. The drawing on the door curled in the night breeze, the stick figure in blue now joined by a second, smaller shape, a child, holding its hand. Dorothy left town and found a small apartment 2 states away. She took nothing but the clothes on her back, but the laugh came with her. At night, the giggle drifted from the vents, from the space under the door. Tiny and patient, she stopped sleeping in the dark. One morning, she found a fresh crayon mark on her bedroom wall, a small house with a window, and a single figure inside.
It doesn't matter where I go. I am in the picture now. The only way out is to never have been drawn.
She never unpacked. The crayon marks appeared faster, tracing the outline of a door that wasn't there, a window that looked out onto nothing. Across town, the condemned pediatric wing sat silent with the season. The demolition had been delayed again, as if the building refused to fall. On the door of room 317, taped fresh in the morning light, a new drawing, a house with a circled window, the stick figure in blue still inside.
You are still in the picture, and I am still waiting.
The laugh echoed one last time through the corridor, then faded into the hum of the heating system, leaving only dust motes dancing in a beam of sun, and the wing waited, patient as ever, for whoever clocked in next.